Glorious day to you, my friends. Welcome to Shine, Stargate Heart, Illuminate Your Natural Essence, where we chant, where we explore our heart centers, by chanting Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times using the Mala of Joy, for 108 days. And we are on day number 60. We are on the final day of the heart center, Anahata, Koturya Chukuututu, embodying the energy of our heart. Spirit said to come back here to Cobbs Hill Park, the reservoir, and back to the same bench that I was yesterday, this memorial bench for Maxwell James Faria, Natakatiarieta. He was born on March 12, 1995, and he passed away September 30th, 2017. And Heather wanted to be here. Let me get out of the sun. Maybe we can see what it says. Choose happy. Choose happy. And here's one of the trees that they planted. It's got a birdhouse, an angel, a heart, a heart with a tea light, and let's go over to the other tree, where we have one angel here, another angel here, another tea light heart, I don't have any tea lights, but I would be lighting them otherwise. And so we got four angels. And to me, anytime we're dealing with four angels, we're dealing with the four winds. We're dealing with the four watchers. To the east, the star Aldebaran and Archangel Michael. To the south, we have the star Regulus and Archangel Raphael. And the winds of the south and the people of the south, the wolf. To the east, the deer people, Niaroto, and the winds of the east. And to the west is the star Antares and Archangel Uriel, and the winds of the west and the people of the west, the bear people, and to the north, the people of the north, the winds of the north, Tatanka, the buffalo, the land of the three dreams, where the star is Fomalhaut and Archangel Gabriel. And again, Heather wanted to be here. One more thing, and this is the perfect, I love how the universe works. 333, this here, I can't tell if I see it. Let me see, where's my hand? We'll lift it up so I can actually see. This is the flag of the Haudenosaunee. So apparently our friend Maxwell was of the Confederacy. One of the tribes, one land, one heart, one people. Exactly what we are doing here. In the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, some people call it the Iroquois Confederacy, but that's a French name. No matter what tribe they're in, they call the Confederacy the Haudenosaunee, the people of the Longhouse. And we'll leave our friend Maxwell in the background. Maybe I'll even move over a little bit more, because he's the star of the show. He represents our ancestors, and the land and the people, everyone who has come before us. And everyone who is out there, everyone who is out there and we have access through Vasundara at the bottom of our Merkaba, as well as everyone, all the spirits, the angels, the people, the winds, who we can access. Well, the winds we can access through Vasundara, the Earth Star Chakra. But the spirits, the goddess who is everywhere, Nahuturu Ushanananirata, Vyapini, the Soul Star Chakra, Na Akasahiata Ataria Shahatugurata. Tomorrow we start Vishuddha, Ne Akatakari, Saata Ariatu. I didn't do any research on it yet, but today it's all about the heart center. One land, Vasundara, one heart, what we're working on, one people. That's all of us on Turtle Island, planet Earth. Utura Atahata Anahakata, Hakaya Asha Haka Asa Akehata. And it is solstice. It is now summertime. Niakatukuryoto. My plan was to finish this in the morning while it was still springtime, but hey, everything that I have planned has gone by the wayside, and Spirit wants it this way for some reason. May not be apparent to me, but that's okay. Because summertime represents the height of life, where we are shining brightly. It's also a full set of lungs. So I don't want to talk too much. I want to. So let us meditate. Okay, so one last thing there they just reminded me. The heart center is about the Manomaya Kosha. And it has the element of air, which is all about thought, and it's about all of this physicality that can be arranged. The air is the least dense of the physical elements. No utur ashaha akatatiria ta asahanaka ati tahata. Ashahu urahana akatira atata. There are more and more friends of Maxwell that want to come by and sit. Atakia chaata atitia nahata. So maybe I can pause the video and I can move over there because I've got the point that I wanted to make. So we're moving. So I said everything I needed to say about here, so I'm going to move over there because somebody said, take a picture. It's a scavenger hunt. You got to take a picture of you at the bench. Ikita. That's funny. We did. I'm going to move into the shade because it's now summertime. So this gives me time to talk and move out of the way of the scavenger hunt. This is so funny. This is why I wanted to be done early. But you can do it. Don't quit yet. Are we having fun yet? You said that so enthusiastically. You? No, you have to take a selfie. Yeah, selfie. You got to be included too. I was lucky. Y'all not gonna take it? Hey, be in it. We all have to be in it. We all have to be in it? It's a selfie. As I move, and you get to be included in the move, who knows why Spirit wants us in here. Maybe I can pause it again. So I'm moving again, because I don't want to be in the traffic pattern. I don't want to be the obstacle of their abundance. Who knows? What's the real reason for it? Is it so that I get to move? I do not care why. I'm just going to move. So who knows? Who needs to hear it? And I'm going to go right here. How about right there? So thank you, Maxwell. Katuta Anahata. Okay, so the heart center is about the mind, about the air, about our thoughts. And how our conscious thoughts can help us get past things. Sunglasses off. Let's see here. How about that? Does that work? I don't know. So in the first chakra, well, the mala of joy is where we break up the 108 seeds into, what is this? Oh, yes. The 108 seeds into 9 groups of 12, where each of the 9 groups represents one of the chakras in our Merkaba, our light body, our ascension vehicle. Actually, I want Heather to be involved. Naakaya asha akotara. Isahakatara akanahasa ekata. There we go. And just a little rotation. Niata. I look like I'm out of the way now. Urahasa aketeria. And the first chakra we dealt with was Vasundhara, the Earth Star chakra. Where some of us learned that we get our nourishment from the physicality by eating right, by consciously eating, where we get this nourishment and that we all came from. Every cell in our body is made up of elements of this earth. So utura ashanahata kiyaryatahata. And then when we moved up to Muladhara, our root chakra, naakucha aryarata, we moved into the Pranamaya Kosha, Wutokurya Chahata. The kosha, the layer, the sheath, the layer, I like the layer of prana, our breath, and that we can then receive our nourishment from our breath, or further nourishment from our breath. And Muladhara and the Pranamaya Kosha that they led to me maps to Muladhara, Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra, and Manipura, the 3 lower chakras, Nahakaturiya Shaha. And our breath work helps to move the energy, clear the energy of the lower 3 chakras, helps clear our mind of all these ideas of the limitations of this physicality in the lower 3 chakras, Naakutur Hushaya Katatatira. And in Muladhara, we've learned that fear does not have to rule us, by surrendering and aligning with gratitude. And then the next 3 chakras, the lower 3 chakras are all about our breath work. And then when we get to Manipura and then make the jump, we pull apart the veil and we step through the veil into the heart center, into the Manomaya Kosha. We learned that this prana is also the life force. They tell us in the lower chakras, and we may experience it a little bit, but once we understand that it is the life force, this prana, we were linking it to the breath, and still this air is still a part of this physicality. And while we're exploring this manomaya kosha, all the power of our mind and awareness, and we're learning to reinforce and accept more that we're receiving this life force energy through the prana, but we're still linking it to our breath. We still believe, like the Matrix line, you think that's air that you're breathing. You're breathing the life force energy. That's everything to do with cycles of the breath, cycles of the moon, cycles of the sun, and the cycles of life. And back in Muladhara, we learn, whether we totally accept it, that we do not have to fear death, nyakatuka. It's simply another transition, like the phases of the moon, like the phases and cycles of breath, like the ebbs and flows of the water. We're all going to die in this lifetime. And everyone before us has died. Some have ascended. And you too can ascend. Ascend beyond this physicality. But that's what we're going to subtly be exploring. 1717. When we move to Vishuddha in the higher three chakras, we're going to explore the higher thought forms subtly. Our inner being is going to reveal those things to us. And that this life force energy is not based in this physicality. Besides that, the holy fire is the life force energy as well. So is Reiki, so is so many other things. But we can bring in the life force energy through the higher thought forms. We don't have to rely on the breath because we realize at that point, or we are accepting that it may not be air that we're breathing. And the breatharians are bringing in the light codes. Even though they're breathing in this physicality, this air of the physicality, they're not eating and they're not drinking. But all these other higher thought forms that we can easily reach down into Vasundhara and anything that has ever been experienced through our ancestors or in any physicality, we can bring that in. This is what the shamans did and what the original spirituality was all about, is that we're connected with this earth, or whatever planet that we're from, one land, one heart, one people, one consciousness, the purusha in the heart center. And then when we move up, we can also access everything through Vyapini, the goddess who is everywhere, access everyone who has ever lived, the Akash, every lifetime that we have ever lived, or anyone has ever lived through the Akash. We can access every thought that has ever been thought. It is a part of the Akash. It is a part of the form, the Hari. We have access to the Hari and the Om. We always have access to it. But if we're going to break it down into higher thought forms, and then when we move up, into, so this is the higher three chakras are the Vijnanamaya kosha or the Vijnanamaya, there we go, Vijnanamaya kosha, Uttura Ashahaya Kataryata. And Vyapini, the only kosha that is left is the Anandamaya kosha, the layer of us that is bliss. 2020, that is our clear vision. Ahi Kataryata. I love your timing, spirit. Akashya Atakata Haryata. That is the true vision. And in the Vijnanamaya kosha, no utukuryatata, our true vision, niaryacha asu ukuturyata haryatata, is that there is more than this physicality. That's what the 1111 is all about. We're beginning to wake up and realize that there is more to this. We're not even going to say life. There's more to this than kutura atakatakara. These lower four chakras, these four elements of who we think we are, Nyaryachaha. It was just 2112. Water is life, my friends. Nyakatakatiyariyatata. And once we start aligning with the bliss, Nyaryachahatura hakatatara. Apparently I'm attracting flies at this point. Nu'utura ashanahaka eyasahakatatiyara. Climb on my arm. That's cool. Nu'utura ashahayakatatara. So we're in the final day, day number 60. 5 times 12. Sexagesimal is the counting system of ancient Sumeria. And they counted 12 on one hand and 5 on the other. And Kashe uta athana asehia katar utara arsana akita ato atakiata atahara utur ushahiaka ayakatara askanaha icho orhotayata. Each of the knuckles, the finger segments, there are 12 finger segments, niariyachaka, and then they have the 5 fingers, niariyachuko. 5 times 12 is 60. Niariyahashuku atatiriyahatata. Unfortunately, their reed stamping in the clay tablets, it was decimal, utur ashkahata, which I can't figure out. Now, atakatiyariyata, and the only thing I can figure out is that when they finally decided to do it, there were influences from the outside world, and it's been thousands of years since they were taught the sexagesimal, niariyachukoho, before writing, ni itura a takanahasa ayakatakata. Because to me, they would be doing it in dozens. Ichihura atakariyata, 1 dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 4 dozen, and 5 dozen. Ni akasha ayakota. Arhasa atakiriyata. And they would represent that in their reed markings. Ni atukurisha hatakata. See, I would do it differently. So maybe I can go back in time and rewrite that. Cool. Asahi kota atatakari sanana. There we go. All queued up. Na ashahaya atakariata. Choose happy. It's all about alignment and conscious choices. Nihokutara ashayakata. That's what we're dealing with in the heart center. Sa'atakari hasa'atokureta. So I invite you to relax. Nihakaturiyata. Whether you lie down or sit in seated meditation. I have my black back. Utariya chahanaka watahariyata. I ask you to do so with a straight spine. And if you're doing a moving meditation, the more you can keep your spine straight, the better the energy will flow. But if you're doing Qigong, na'atita asahakaya to urhotakaya, unifying the energy, the life force energy, the chi, niyatiyataka, whether we call it chi or ki or prana or simply life force. It is all the same thing, niyariyacho. It is a vibration. It is living from the heart. It is living. And that's all we're doing in this series, this Shine series, is listening to our heart on how we prefer to live. Fully, abundantly. So let us focus our awareness on our breath. As we slowly deepen our breath, as we feel how it feels to breathe in, and we feel how it feels to breathe out. As we feel how it feels to lengthen our breath, and we feel how it feels to release the energy from our lungs. As we feel the cool air as we breathe in, and we feel the warm air as we exhale. Now let us focus our awareness on our heart centers. For in our heart center is the home of our holy fire. And our holy fire is the source of our bright light. And every breath that we take with intention fans the flames of our holy fire and brightens our already bright light. And let us do so as we have done in the other two embodiment days, using our imagination, our intuition, our mind. Imagine our holy fire to be minuscule, very teeny tiny in our heart center, and the source of our light, to be smaller than a pinprick, smaller than an atom. No utura ashakatatiya hatara arakanahasa ekahasaya. But its brightness remains the same. As we invite and allow the holy fire to flow in, through, and around us in every way, and everywhere, and every when, completely, effortlessly, and naturally. And we ask the holy fire to only allow in that which is for our highest good and the highest good of all. For the one land, the one heart, and the one people. And using our conscious thought, we enact the law of one, using our intention, and then allowing the law of one to unify. And let us start the divine flow, if we have not done so already, in the same way as the other embodiment. We shall unify everything in the heart center. Purifying, unifying, embodying. Let us take the energy in our heart center. Or better yet, let us imagine in our mind's eye, because that is the easiest thing to do. Let us imagine going to Vishuddha, the throat chakra, and imagine the energy moving down the central channel and entering Anahata, the heart center. Nioriocho hotora hakatiri hatata. Combining, unifying, and embodying, and purifying. Sa akatura a sanahata kiriataha. Now let us imagine Anya, the third eye chakra. Imagine it moving down through the central channel, Niariya Chukohotokoru, and entering Anahata, the heart center. Combining, unifying, purifying, harmonizing, and embodying. Nihitoro orhashakayataha. Let us also imagine Sahasrara, the crown chakra. Imagine it moving down through the chakras, Nahakatura Hushaketa, and entering Anahata, the heart center, Nihiso Utukurihetata. Combining, unifying, purifying, harmonizing, and embodying. Nihisa Atakari Hatsuturheata. And let us do the same with Vyapini, the soul star chakra. Imagine it at the top of our Merkaba. Imagine it coming down through the central channel, and entering Anahata, the heart center. Ashahea akutoro usanaha takatita hatatahata. Combining, unifying, purifying, harmonizing, and embodying. Ni itoro urhasana akerataha. Now let us imagine going up into all of the realms, through all of the realms, Nihukutukuriyato, into the highest source of consciousness, Nihukutura Ushikata, and imagine it coming down. And if you wish to be polite, asking it to come down, Nuuturiyatahata, come down through the realms, combining all the realms, Nihukutura Ushikatatiyatahatata, through the central channel, combining and collapsing the central channel, Nyorio Chokuto, entering into the heart center, collapsing, combining, unifying, purifying, harmonizing, and embodying. Nihisa atiarihatokuhurtorehata. Let us continue to imagine and unify Niarahatsukutukuriyatata with the lower chakras. Let us imagine Manipura, the sacral, the solar plexus chakra, Naatukuriyata. Let us imagine it moving up through the central channel, Niariachukuhutura Atakatiyarata, and entering the heart center, Uturu Ushanahata, Atihiriata Akataharasa, Aturu Uhana Akahiata, Ashahana Akahia, Atukurata Atara Ashanaha, Aturu Uhunaha Takiyara, Atuhuro Hashaya, Ashuhukunara Hatatitaha, Aturu Uhana Akahira Hatatihira, Ashonohotoroho, Achihira Atakahiata, Achihia Kaana Hatakaya, Atihiria Taata, Ashohonoro, Utuhurota Atirahata. Combining Sahia Ashahia Kotuhora, unifying Niaria Chohotoro, purifying, harmonizing, embodying Niaria Chokohoto Koryata. Let us imagine doing the same with Svadhisthana, our sacral chakra, moving it up through the central channel and entering into Anahata, our heart center, Ni'ikotokorohoshahiata. Combining, unifying, purifying, harmonizing, and embodying. let us do the same with Muladhara, our root chakra. Imagine it moving up through the central channel and entering into Anahata, our heart center. Isko uto urahata atari hashahena kata. Combining, unifying, purifying, harmonizing, embodying. Ni itukoroto urahata saheta karyata. And let us imagine doing the same with Vasundhara, the earth star chakra, or the physicality star chakra, na koturya toto. Imagine it moving up through the central channel, koshu utura atkanana diriata, ashahea, askana, arehatoroto, and entering into Anahata, the heart center, ishkahaya, askahaya, atatarihata. Combining, unifying, purifying, harmonizing, embodying, isko utura atanahata katiariata. Let us imagine the same thing with the heart of Gaia, Nyaryachakotoriata. And maybe even be polite and asking the heart of Gaia to move up and to enter the heart, Nyaryachakohoto. And by bringing the heart of Gaia, we are bringing in all of the ideas of physicality, all of the hearts of all of the planets, of all of the densities, Nihukotura Ashakaha Nyariata, all density up. So utukurya chika, collapsing all the densities, niakatukurya shukototo, collapsing the central channel, niarya chokohotokuro, and entering into the heart center, anahata, arahashia, o sononohotokoriata. Combining, unifying, purifying, harmonizing, embodying. And this also included everyone and all ideas of individuals, inviting them to join us in the heart center, combining with the law of one, unifying with the law of one, purifying with the law of one, harmonizing with the law of one, and embodying each other with the law of one, because we are one land, one heart, and one people, and one spirit, one consciousness. The all is the one, and the one is the all. Everything is here and now. You exist. Outside of time. What you give out to the universe is what you get back. And everything changes. But right now, everything is unified. The all is the one, and the one is the all. With all of existence, unifying the Hari and the Om, Hari Om Tatsat, and there is no need to create a chest. We are all unified. And we will start off with one Aum, the primordial sound of the universe. We will chant Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times using the Mala of Joy. In the default track, the default audio track will keep count on the 8 count. It will let us know when we move up through the chakras that are all unified. And will let us know when we're on the last one. And again, we will close out with one Aum Niariacha Hotoro Ukanahata Tahiyata. A breath in for Aum. Aum. Starting off with all the chakras. And a breath in to chant. Otur Mani Taatiareka Atarhataha. Ashana Asiyaka Achiara Atata.
Om
Haturu
Mani
Uhukuno
Padme
Nata
Hum.
Atara Arkeata. Ashana Asaka Ariata Atuto Orana.
Om Mani
Ashahiata
Padme
Nakeataha.
Hum.
Atura Ona Ashayakata. Aturo
Om
Hutuna
Mani
Ushana Haka
Padme
Eheataha.
Hum.
Ashana Asaya Ata Tiariaka Ata.
Om
Atura
Mani
Huna
Padme
Tariata Karutoro.
Hum.
Ashana Asa Kanata Atariata.
Om
Huturo
Mani
Huna Taarehaka
Padme
Asaheata.
Hum.
Ashana Aka E Tariata Atariata.
Om
Konoto
Mani
Urhuta Arhasha
Padme
Ekanaha.
Hum.
Ashana Asa Aya Katata Yariata.
Om
Huturo
Mani
Uhuna Atare
Padme
Haesha Atare
Hum.
Hina. Aryato Urhoto Urshana Atakayata. Huturo
Om
Uhushanaha Sa
Mani
E
Padme
Hachariata Naha.
Hum.
Artukosha Ura Anata Aryata Ata.
Om
Huturo Ushanahata
Mani
Aryata
Padme
Hatakiana Hatara
Hum.
Ata. Ashana Atu Urratakayata.
Om Mani
Konoto
Padme
Urhuta Tahayatata.
Hum.
Konoto Orata Tiareta.
Om
Huturu Ushana
Mani
Hatata
Padme
Arihikataha.
Hum.
Moving up to Muladhara.
Om
Haturu Ushana
Mani
Hataka
Padme
Hayatata Hatata.
Hum.
Arshana Hakiyarta Atanatayara. Huturu Una Hataka
Mani
Hisaya
Padme
Ashahanaha.
Hum.
Atukuroto Urtana Ataria Jaata.
Om
Huturu Uhana
Mani
Hatara Hake
Padme
Achana Hatitaha.
Hum.
Atukurota Atanata Ariata Ata.
Om
Huturu Uhana
Mani
Hatara
Padme
Arhana Atakahia
Hum.
Chaha. Konoto Ura Atata Ariata Ata.
Om
Haturu
Mani
Uhana
Padme
Tahishahiaka A.
Hum.
Aturu Okana Atata Ariata Atata Ata.
Om
Huturu
Mani
Uhana Taharia
Padme
Shahayaka.
Hum.
Aturu Oshana Aka Ayata.
Om
Huturu Ushana
Mani
Hatakahe
Padme
Atata Yarata.
Hum.
Atura Oshana Akata Artiarata Atana.
Om
Huturu
Mani
Ujana Hatakahe
Padme
Ata.
Hum.
Atukuroshana Atakatira Ata Ana Ata.
Om
Huturu
Mani
Ushana
Padme
Atahayata Atawuta
Hum.
Ahanaha. Ashana Atakaya Atara Atakashaya.
Om
Huturu
Mani
Uhuna
Padme
Atakarehita Atashai.
Hum.
Atoro Okuna Atahariata Atakasha.
Om
Huturu Ushana
Mani
Hatakaheta
Padme
Anahataha.
Hum.
Atoro Oshana Akaya Ashana Atakayata Ata.
Om Mani
Huturu
Padme
Uhuna Anahata.
Hum.
Atakanata
Moving up to
Arashayaka.
Svadhisthana.
Huturu
Om Mani
Ushana Hatakaheta
Padme
Atanaha.
Hum.
Ashanata Ariata Achikaryato. Huturu
Om
Ushana
Mani
Hatakareheta
Padme
Atahana
Hum.
Ata. Atakaryashana Atakurutu Kushayata.
Om Mani Padme
Anahata.
Hum.
Ashana Ayakatariata Otukurta. Hatakari
Om
Hisa
Mani
Anahakashia
Padme
Atahariata
Hum.
Atakurhoto. Ashana Aya Akatariata Ata.
Om
Konoto
Mani
Urhotakayat
Padme
Atare
Hum.
Anahatakihata. Arshanato Urra Anakatierata.
Om
Haturu
Mani
Utanahata
Padme
Hayachahayakaha.
Hum.
Aturu Orshanata Karyata Atata. Huturu
Om
Ushanahata
Mani
Kahita
Padme
Arahanaheta.
Hum.
Atukurota Arana Atakate Erata. Huturu
Om
Ushanahata
Mani
Karyata
Padme
Arihata.
Hum.
Utukura Ana Atakarsha Ayaka. Turu
Om
Unahata
Mani
Arihikatara
Padme
Atakaya
Hum.
Nahataha. Ashara Artakanahata Karakyeto Oto.
Om
Haturu Huchana
Mani
Atakanahana
Padme
Anta.
Hum.
Ashana Akiyata Aryatu Otoro.
Om
Hatiti iti
Mani
Aryana Agati
Padme
Rahata.
Hum.
Atata Arya Anaka Ashaya Kuturuta. Hatiti
Om
Aryana
Mani
Akati Aryana
Padme
Anahata
Hum.
Tahata. Arshanata
Moving up to
Aryaka
Manipura.
Atakayaja.
Om
Huturu
Mani
Hanata
Padme
Aryakahata.
Hum.
Arukosha Oranata Aryata Ata. Huturi
Om
Acha Anahakayata
Mani Padme
Anahatitaha.
Hum.
Ashokora Ana Atakaryata Ata.
Om
Huturu
Mani
Ushanahata
Padme
Atakutuhotoho.
Hum.
Kushana Atari Atata Atakaryata.
Om
Huturu Ushanahata
Mani
Kurahata
Padme
Arhitukura.
Hum.
Konoto Ura Atsa Anati Aryata.
Om
Huturu Uhuna
Mani
Hatari Achikari
Padme
Hetari
Hum.
Hituraha. Arshanata Arikashayata Kayata.
Om
Aturu Ushana
Mani
Hatakari Hisa
Padme
Atakari
Hum.
Hiturata. Arshanata Arata Arka. Aryatura.
Om Mani
Haruhuchora Uhunaha.
Padme Hum.
Arihita. Arshanata Aryaka Atsaata. Turu
Om
Ushana
Mani
Hatakayeta Aryana.
Padme Hum.
Aturu Ushana Hatakaya Ashanata Katayata. Huturu
Om
Ushana
Mani
Hatakaryataha.
Padme
Ishono
Hum.
Hutoro. Ashana Kayata Ata. Arshana. Hatukuru
Om
Huturu Hushana
Mani
Hatakahe.
Padme Hum.
Atakaryata Atana Ataryashaya. Huturu Hushana
Om
Hatakaheta
Mani
Aratahi
Padme
Shanaha.
Hum.
Atukuresha Anatakiryata Ataryata.
Om
Haturu Hana
Mani
Hatakaheta Atana
Padme
Hatakariheta.
Hum.
Arshana
Moving up to
Asanakayashata.
Anahata.
Hutu
Om
tu
Mani
urna Anahata
Padme
Rahataha.
Hum.
Arshana Aya Akatsu Utura Ana. Huturu
Om
Unahata
Mani
Arahishakaheta
Padme
Anahata.
Hum.
Arusha Ayaikanata Ariata. Hututu
Om
Ushana Hakaya.
Mani Padme
Ashahikana
Hum.
Anahataha. Arshana Iareta. Kuroto Urana.
Om
Atakihi
Mani
Shaya Atakaya
Padme
Anahata
Hum.
Reakaha. Arshana Yata Arushoko Urtana Yereta.
Om Mani
Haturo Huna
Padme
Atakira
Hum.
Anahakayataha. Arshanata Arya Atukosho Urdana.
Om
Atiriata
Mani
Na
Padme
Anahakatayataha
Hum.
Nahata. Arshana Tarya Kashayato. Huturu
Om
Hushanata
Mani
Utaha. Anahata
Padme Hum.
Arakaniraha. Arshanata Arya Achodo Utaria Nataria.
Om
Atikir
Mani
Hata
Padme
Anahata
Hum.
Ratakashaya. Arshanata Karya Chukoto Anahata Kaya.
Om Mani
Kanata
Padme
Anahata
Hum.
Anahakatiyara Arshanata Ardikayara Ashkono
Om Mani
Anahata
Padme
Kiyatahana
Hum.
Atkasha Ainata Karyata Huturu Hujanahatara
Om
Akayata
Mani
Anahata
Padme Hum.
Atare Arshanata Kaya Atsata Atakashu Otorata
Om
Atakura Hatara
Mani
Anahasa Ea
Padme
Anahata
Hum.
Arakaha Artakasa Ea
Moving up to
Atakaryata
Kushida.
Ata
Om
Huturu
Mani
Ushanahata Haryata
Padme
Kashiataha
Hum.
Atuta Atarya Asana Arakosha Adana
Om Mani
Hiti Aryata Hanata
Padme
Karyata
Hum.
Arkana Asa Ayaka Asana Atakuru
Om
Huturu Ushanahata
Mani
Kiarata
Padme Hum.
Atura Ashanata Karyata Atakaryata Achiara
Om
Hakaya Akanata
Mani
Aryatukutuhu
Padme Hum.
Achiara Asanata Aryatukutu Ora Atura
Om
Haya
Mani
Akahashini Arata
Padme
Haryata
Hum.
Atukuro Orshanata Aryataka Huturu
Om
Hushanahata
Mani
Hatita
Padme
Aryatahana
Hum.
Ashanata Aryaka Ashaya Kuturata Aturu
Om
Hushanahata
Mani
Karihita
Padme
Anahata
Hum.
Acharta Aryata Akaya Asanata Huturu
Om
Hushanahata
Mani
Aryataka
Padme
Hutura
Hum.
Ashanata Kaya Ashanata Haturu
Om
Hushanahata
Mani
Karihata Hatikita
Padme Hum.
Atakaryata Rarnata Arisha Aturu Hutur
Om
Anahakaya
Mani
Chaharatiyata
Padme Hum.
Konoto Ura Ataryata Atar Huturu
Om
Hushanahata
Mani
Karyata
Padme
Atahanahata
Hum.
Aturu Urshanata Aryaka Atata Ata
Om
Huturu
Mani
Kanahakara
Padme
Hatakanada
Hum.
Atkunora
Moving up
Arashaya
to
Akatata
Anya.
Ata
Om
Huturu
Mani
Unahatara Akina
Padme
Hatari Chara
Hum.
Atkuru Otanata Aryasha Atakaryata
Om
Konoto
Mani
Uru Hutut
Padme
Anahatakahita
Hum.
Atakarsha Sanata Karyatu Otukura
Om
Huturu
Mani
Hushanata Hirata Hata
Padme
Hirata
Hum.
Ashukonoto Urata Aryata Ata Huturu
Om
Ukanahatari
Mani
Hita Haryakaha
Padme Hum.
Ashunoto Urutkaya Chata Nata Yarata Haturu
Om
Huna
Mani
Atakarita
Padme
Taharishahikuho
Hum.
Aturu Urshanata Kaya Atataria Huturu
Om
Ukanahatata
Mani
Atanata
Padme
Hiriha
Hum.
Atukuru Urshanata Aryata Atakana Huturu
Om
Huatanata
Mani
Aryata
Padme
Hanaha
Hum.
Atukursha Utonata Aryachakasana Ati Huturu
Om
Huna
Mani
Atakayata Hana
Padme
Atakaheta
Hum.
Huturu Ana Atakate Atiarata Huturu
Om
Uhuna
Mani
Hatiti Arihata
Padme
Rahanaha
Hum.
Ashana Takaya Ashana Takaryata Hutura
Om
Anahatakari
Mani
Tata
Padme
Rahanahata
Hum.
Arshukuno Takanadi Ariata
Om
Kunoto
Mani
Uruhututa
Padme Hum.
Ashanata Atakanata Atiarata Huturu
Om
Hushanahata
Mani
Kaheta
Padme
Hanaha
Hum.
Ashanata
Moving
Atiariaka
up to
Asanataka
Sahasrara.
Om
Huturu Unahata
Mani Padme
Hariataraha
Hum.
Arshukanoto Ura Atariata Huturu
Om
Ukanahata
Mani
Arihita
Padme Hum.
Atakanahatita Ashanata Ariata Atakanata Ata Huturu Ushanahata Akayatataha Atukuru Okana Atatariata Huturu Uchanahatar Akahayana Ata Atuto Uraja Atayata Huturu Ushanahata Acharyatka Atatana Huturu Ushanahatakayataha Atatana Darya Shahata Huturu Hutanahata Rehashahanatakaha Ashanata Aryaka Ataryata Huturu Hutanata Rehakaha Atata Arya Shanata Karyata Huturu Ukanahatari Hitatirata Ashanata Atakaryata Atuta Haturu Utanahata Aryatakahyata Ashanata Aryaka Asana Kayata Atara Huturu Ushanahata Rehakata Tiraha Konoto Oratanata Aryata Huturu Ushanata Aryata Hata Ashanata Aryaka
Moving up to
Asanata
Yapini.
Huturu Ushanahata Rehakayata Atukuru Urshanata Aryata Ata Huturu Ushanahata Tihi Charahanahati Haturu Ushanata Karyata Atata Huturu Ushanahata Tikiraha Ashunoto Urakayata Atata Huturu Ukana Atirahakayata Ashana Asayaka Huturu Ukana Hatari Ataharaha Ashanata Aryaka Asanatura Huturu Hutana Aryatahana Atariha Huturu Oshanata Aryata Ataka Konoto Uruhutana Hasayata Haryata Ashanata Aryata Atatakana Huturu Utana Hatakiriatahana Aturu Oshanata Aryata Huturu Hoshanahata Tiriata Anahakayataha Atata Kashanata Aryata Atara Huturu Hutana Hatari Ashahana Haryata Aturu Oshanata Aryaka Asa Huturu Nahata Arihaka Anahata
Last one.
Tanati Aryata Ata Huturu Usha Anahaka Aturu Oshanata Ashya Anaha And a breath in for Aum. Aum. Stay here for as long as you like. Nihakatara arahashaya otoro hotata. Maybe even pause the video if you like. Nihakatare arahashkotoro utanahati areha. Spending more time in the energy. Niyariyachaha. And when you are ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the here and now. Slowly and consciously deepen your breath. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Nyakahasasi ariatata. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome the new now, 1 hour. Niariachakahoto, ruatahadi ariata. I invite you to journal about your experience. Nihikatiyata hatakariata. Congratulations, my friends. We have completed day number 60, Niariachakoto, 60 minutes with the 1 hour, Utakatayariata hatatiyariata, of Shine, Stargate Heart, Illuminate Your Natural Essence. And we have completed Anahata, the unstruck, our heart center, the heart chakra, Naatakatiyariya chakra, the unification of divine masculine and the divine feminine. We have completed the Manomaya Kosha, and we are entering into the Vijnanamaya Kosha. We are entering into Vishuddha, the throat chakra, the higher thought forms, the sound chakra, the truth chakra, 01, 01, 11, Atakatiyatiyatahata. Whether you type yourself an email, whether you write it on pen and paper, whether you draw light codes, niyataata, or record light language, or you record it in a video, it does not matter. Documenting it for you at a later point in time to come back and to see where you were and to see where you are. As I slowly invite larger movements into this leg and invite circulation of the blood. You can notice with the light language when my monkey mind was active and when it wasn't. There were times when I'm in the flow and they are speaking, their timing is impeccable. And when my monkey mind is active, the whisperers are talking during the chanting, and the ancestors are talking during the silence. Be easy on yourselves during meditation and during the chanting. And when those thoughts come in that distract, simply, it's as simple, very simple as return your awareness to the chant, to your breath, to the counting, and you're done. And I was having a conversation with my sister just last night, while we were driving to the beach to get the last sunset of springtime. When we're experiencing the oneness, when we're in the oneness of meditation, when we're not blocked by anything, when we're not experiencing time, when we're not experiencing karma, we're experiencing it, we're experiencing existence. We get no indication that we're experiencing existence. We get no indication that we're experiencing alignment. When we're aligned, we're just simply aligned. We don't know it. We're in the state of no mind. We only know when we're not aligned. We only know when we're experiencing contrast. We know when we're not experiencing the oneness, which is the whole interesting topic, this paradox of bliss. And maybe one day we'll be wise enough and blissful enough and not setting it as a goal to experience both the consciousness and the unity at the same time. Where we know we are unified. Because we're experiencing the bliss and we're experiencing the unity and we're not experiencing the contrast. Interesting topic. And only by being in the contrast. And only by being and noticing that we're not in alignment did we notice that we were in unification. We were in unity. We were in meditation. We were in that oneness. Interesting topic. So this contrast, this is why we came here. This is the master class. We came here to experience this contrast, to reinforce our oneness inside our heart centers, to live fully from our heart center, to live unified, all of our chakras unified, just like we were doing, blissfully, joyfully, gleefully, securely, in gratitude, in love, in joy. Enjoy life, nihakataria, shakatakara, in truth, in vision, in our own kingdom. Katatiya, the kingdom of our heart, inside our own Brahma Vihara, our divine abode, ni akasha akatukurya, living inwards and outwards, ni hakatakari, with the breath in and the breath out, saaka atatiya ryata atukutha. Not much more to say. Atakatar arhasana akatiti arhata. So, katiti arahanata kati arhata. Huturu ushanahata karyarata. Unified in the heart, na akatati aryata. Asahaya katukuru hushakatara. There is no light without dark. Or we don't know the light without knowing the dark. We don't know hot without knowing the cold. We don't know alignment without knowing the non-alignment. We don't know love unless we know the not love. 107:17, Natakatiyareta. So I thank you, my friends, for shining your bliss and sharing in my highest bliss. Shine on and make it a great day, because why would you leave it up to anyone else? Kashahana atikariata isko urahatatari hatahana.